Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. I get to work on an old and very large direct drive reel. Today's project is the Penn 249. It is a narrow spool that controls frame twist. It's a large capacity, but this one's got a wider arbor than many of them. And it's an early reel, probably dating to the 1940s. It says Penn 249 deep sea reel, Penn Fishing and Tackle Manufacturing Company, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And it also has the etched side plate of the trolling boats out there, which is how this reel would be used. This is part of the Mariner series. You have the 49, the 149, 249, and 349 as examples of it. This one hardly looks used. However, there is a little bit of a grinding going on in here. I can feel the meshing of the gears, and it may just very well be that this reel hasn't been used, but all the greases and the like have evaporated. This is the simplest design a reel could possibly have. When folks ask me, well, how do reels work? I say very simply, it's a large gear turns a small gear, turns a spool. And in this case, I only expect to see a gear inside and a spool gear, and that's it. So let's take this reel apart. We'll show you how it's made, and we'll see if we can't get rid of that little grind. So this was sent in by Scott. Scott frequents flea markets out on the Southern California area, out in Los Angeles area, and he finds some gems, and this one certainly is a gem. And I'm excited when he sends these reels in for service and repair. I'm always happy to work on them for him. And I'm always happy to pass along the histories of the reels that he's finding. And, well, getting to give these reels a second chance is always fun as well. You remove the handle nut screw, and then you can remove the handle. As you can see, there's nothing going on behind here. There's no star drag, no adjusters, no shim washers, nothing. Well, we're going to continue to remove the exterior pieces, which is this side plate. And while I do that, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you like the art of reel repair, if you like to learn how reels are made, their uses, a little bit about their manufacturer and the companies that made them. Well, that's kind of what I try to do, but more importantly, I try to teach you how to do it yourself, how to service your reels and keep them fishing for a long time to come. If you like that kind of activity, well, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you do subscribe to my channel, please use the notification button. That'll let you know when I'm posting videos, and you'll have a chance to determine whether that's a video that you would like to watch or not. When I take my pieces and parts off, they go into a parts tray. I use a fast food container to store them. I recommend that you have a system to help you with the parts that you remove from the reels so that, well, they don't get lost when it's time to reinstall them. Trolling puts a lot of pressure on the outside structures of the reels, particularly if you're fighting big fish, and this was one of Penn's solutions to that. Narrow the frame and double up the side posts, and that should limit the frame from getting stuck. Well, here it is. One big gear turns a little gear, turns a spool, makes the world go round. But as we mentioned, there is very little in the line of grease. That would make sense from a reel that's been sitting, so I'm going to put a little grease in the exterior bearing there. I want to check to make sure that the back end of the reel is clean. Sometimes dried greases evaporate. Sometimes they leave some residue and trail behind it. Like you can see here, we've got what amounts to varnish on the post. You can see all that old grease there. So you want to clean that up while you're doing this. If you can't get that completely clean by wiping it off, use something like a WD-40 or a penetrating oil of your choice. I'm going to do that here because I felt a little knocking or grinding going on in the reel, and that usually something in the reel telling you that the channels are not meshing easily, and A lot of times that's due to dried grease. Sometimes it's due to damaged gears. So inspect all of your teeth from the gears. Make sure that they're all nice, straight, uniform, no chips, cracks, or otherwise anything to impede the operation of those. I've cleaned and checked the spool. We'll put a little bit of grease back on that. The spool gear or pinion gear goes with this slot facing in. And then we can put a little bit of grease onto the gear itself. And now we can take that spool, put that into the side, and we shouldn't have any complaining going on now from those parts in terms of squeaky reel gets the oil and so on. We're going to remove the main gear. We're going to do the same thing here. We want to make sure this side plate is clean. Again, there's really no indication that this has ever been used as a reel. I'm going to take some grease and get that into the other side where the spool is going to rest. Do the same thing here. I'm going to use a little bit of penetrating oil. There is some dried grease on the face of this gear, so let's get that off. And we'll do the same thing with the teeth. We're going to load this up. This is a beautiful quality gear. And pull through with a hard brush. It's hard to see, but this may be a stainless gear. It's beautiful condition. All right, just mop that up. A little bit on the back that we want to clear away. And this should rectify that issue that we're having with the noise and the potential little grind. Everything's in good condition now. We'll start by putting grease onto the gear itself. And if you have any questions on this reel or any reel in particular, if you leave those questions in the comment section, I will try to answer those for you. I use an artist brush that keeps the hairs from kind of falling out and onto the pieces and parts. In this case, I want to get some grease onto the shaft as well. Most of the time, I'll leave the handle installation until the end, but when I have a drive like this that's floating with nothing to hold that handle, the gear in place, the handle kind of does that for me. So I'm going to grab the handle and the handle screw. I'll put that in at this time. I'm not going to tighten it down all the way, but I'll want to get a head start on it. Okay, turn that. That turns free and easy. This is a wooden handle running on a post. I'm going to use fishing reel oil to just kind of get in there and let that work its stuff. And now let's go ahead and take the side plate and merge that with the spool and the frame. You want to align your just checking here, something is not seated all the way, probably because I put the extra grease into that cavity. So I'm going to back that adjuster off on the other side and we'll do it again. That's better. You need to make sure that your slots are lining up and that the case is tight against those side plates. And what we'll do now to make sure that the tension is held square, I'm going to go north, south, east, west, or in this case, east, west, north, south. Line them up and alternate the sides where you're installing those screws. I'll keep my finger here. I don't want to bounce the screwdriver on the plastic plate and scar it up. This is in nice condition. Do that or risk doing that. Here's the third one. Will go up top and then we'll come down with the screws that go into the reel seat. You may or may not have seen me, but that side case on the other side has a bearing in it. Just want to make sure I have the seat aligned properly, which we do. One more over here. And then we can double up on the screws in the case. Bring the post screws through for the second ones. We'll do the same thing. We'll go east-west. And there's some more screws to go. Well, while I'm at it, I want to take a moment to thank our first responders and essential personnel for everything they do and the career choices they've made. I truly appreciate all of your efforts in keeping us safe and secure. One more screw up top here. And we'll tighten down the handle the rest of the way, and we'll give it a test. Okay, now I can tighten this screw down. When you do this, you want to align the scallop of the handle screw with the retention hole so that you can fit the retention screw in there, and that's the last piece that needs to go onto this reel. So my estimates, this is a 1940s reel. After World War II, Penn switched over to the Bakelite or the plastic handle knobs, these, so that would put this before World War II. Let's give it a try. Well, there we go. There's still a little bit of a light, kind of a vibration in there. There's no adjustment. There's nothing you can really do on that. So I guess that's the way it's going to be. Beautiful reel overall, Scott. Nice flea market find. You've got another treasure here. Okay, if you've enjoyed that, please like this video. If you want to see more, please subscribe. I wish everybody fun times on the water. Enjoy the art of reel repair. Please stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.